So this happened. DC's Legends of Tomorrow's new Muslim superhero, a response to Trump. Now, it's not as bad as it looks. If you've heard of this already, it's not as bad as it looks, but it's bad. the ISIS thing, not that bad. The response to Trump, that's the bad part. But I will explain. DC Comics superhero Isis will be joining DC's Legends of Tomorrow in its upcoming third season under her real name of Zeri Adriana Tomaz, played by Tala Ashe. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And the fact that the character is a practicing Muslim is a choice show producer Mark Guggenheim said was made specifically in response to the election of U.S. President Donald Trump. That's the bad part right there. Another show that is completely politicized of, we're going to protest Trump by adding in a Muslim character. They're so addicted to this whole, Trump hates Muslims. No. He does not. I'm sorry. Trump does not hate Muslims. That's something that's just entirely made up. It's one of those things where you take a position he has that whether you agree with it or not is not the point. And that's the thing. If you want to disagree with certain positions he has, great, but stop making them up. That has done nothing but help it. If you're someone that's against him, stop making up stuff like this because that has helped him. Because now, if anyone criticizes Trump, half the people are going to look at it and say, it's just, I've heard it's one of those other crazy people that are just making up stuff. It's probably not going to be true. It's like these people have ruined their credibility, but that's a whole other rant. But anyways, this is entirely political. They have stated it's entirely political, and that's what bugs me. It's like, stop ruining people's TV shows. You might have heard there was this election, said Guggenheim during this week's Television Critics Association press tour in Beverly Hills. Not to get political, but yes, it is to get political, but something that we all gravitated toward in the writer's room was making this character Muslim. That gives you an idea of the writers in this department of, how can we add more Muslims? How can we add more women? How can we make this show as diverse as possible? Representation is a really powerful thing, added Ashe. When I was growing up watching television, I didn't see anyone who looked like me. When I think of a kid version of myself, I think it broadens your perspective. What I think is so lovely about this show is that the legends are this tapestry that represent America today. And that's another whole diversity thing. And it's like, I don't really, if you want to put diversity in your shows, it's like, I don't really mind that. I don't have as much of an issue as that when it's not as politicized as it is now. It's all about how can we add so many Muslims in this show? How can we make sure the show has as many minorities as we can fit into it? It's like that's the perspective of the people in this show, or creating this show. It's like that's what bugs me when it's political. It's like the thing is now, you'll find that a majority of the population, if you just toss in a character for the sake of making a character, if you toss in a character and it just so happens that she's Muslim, that's the thing. I will explain. I'll go into detail on this later, but I'm not upset. I have nothing against them throwing in this character, naming her Isis, and having her be Muslim. I have nothing against that. The fact that it is politicized is what I have a problem with. Where if they toss this in, and they didn't mention politics or anything, and they didn't pander, then I'd be okay with it. I see nothing wrong with that. I mean, the thing I'm going to explain later is this is a real character. They didn't do much to this character. They didn't come up with it. This character's been around for quite a while, including the name. But the fact that they're this is a response to Trump, that's the stupid thing with this. That's the stupid part about this whole article. According to Variety, Guggenheim said that DC's Legends of Tomorrow doesn't look to define a character by their race, religion, or sexual orientation, but did so in this case following the election, in part due to the experiences of a family member who is Muslim. Now, I do like how they have outright admitted right here. It's it's because she's Muslim. Yeah, it's because of her. It's because of her race and religion. They've outright admitted. It's that's why we're throwing in this character because of her religion. That's stupid. Stop. No, stop. Stop throwing in characters. Stop picking a character and being is she a minority? Okay, we'll throw her in. If she's not, okay, then don't put her in. That's not the mindset you want. You want good characters, not some affirmative action thing. She was talking about how difficult it is to be Muslim American in the current political climate, said Guggenheim. Having a character who is a computer hacker and is from the future but also happens to be Muslim, it's a nice, important aspect of her character. Sure, but The whole thing with the Muslim America being difficult is whenever there's terrorism, whenever there's this really bad stuff happening, whenever there's Islamic terrorism in this country, you have so many people that just back off from it, like that just immediately back off. It's like, oh, not all Muslims, hashtag like. It's so sad that what happened, but remember, the fact that people are hating on this is worse, and like it's not the actions themselves, it's the fact that something bad happens, like terrorism, and people just pass it on, like, and people immediately latch on to, oh, the anti-Muslim reaction to this. That's the problem. Like, the thing is, if you just took this extremism part and we're like, yeah, this is completely awful, let's do whatever we can to stop it, then there would be no, like, animosity at all towards the Muslim community. That's the thing. It's like, I get it. We all get it. We all get the not all Muslims thing. That's fine. I mean, we all get it. Except whenever there is this extremism, you have so many people in the media that are just like, next. But you know what's worse than terrorism? Mean people. Like, that's the issue. That's how you stop this. Guggenheim said that the usage of DC Comics' Isis was also done add more women to the cast. I didn't misspeak there. That's an actual typo. I hate typos. I'm just going to put that. I hate them. It's like, reread your stuff and then reread it again. Typos. It just shows carelessness. There weren't enough women, quite frankly, he said. It's something we were looking to address. But that's the end of the article there. So, again, this is all pandering. That's the issue. The pandering. The character I do not have a problem with, which I'm going into right now. It's the pandering. But anyway, ISIS. I've seen some people be like, oh, they named a character ISIS and she's Muslim. They're defending, like, the Islamic State. This is a coincidence. Maybe a badly timed coincidence, but a coincidence nonetheless. Isis is an actual Egyptian goddess. An actual goddess in Egyptian mythology. She's the sister and wife of Osiris, and they had a son named Horus. It's actual part of Egyptian mythology. This isn't just like, it's a coincidence that one of the worst Islamic extremism groups in the world, ISIS, just so happens to share the name with an Egyptian goddess. That's coincidence. They named the character Isis because she's a superhero that is Egyptian. But this character's been around for quite a while. She's been around since, I'm told, like, the actual superhero character that it's based on has been around since the 70s. This is not new. Like, the character has existed for quite a while. And now the Muslim thing, as far as I know, I don't really know if they stated that she's Muslim, but hey, they stated she's Egyptian, and about 90% of Egyptians are Muslim. So it's one of those things where the character I understand. I have nothing wrong with the character. They're taking a character that's been around for quite a while, and they're throwing her into this. Like, okay, that the character was not built from a political standpoint. The character was already there. It's just, though, we're taking a character, adding her in, emphasizing that she is a Muslim to fight Trump. That's the bad part. But yeah, when you look at this, don't think, oh my God, they named her ISIS. No, they took an old character that's been around for a while, and they were like, okay, let's fight Trump. So that last part, the let's fight Trump part, that's the stupid part. That's the whole thing. That's the whole, when they're admitting to, like, oh yeah, well, we added her in because she's Muslim. We're doing this entirely based on race. Like, that's the part where I don't even think they realize they're doing that. They're like, yeah, we added her based on race. So, yeah, I wanted to clear that up, because it's like, I sympathize. I want to clarify, like, I am one of the people that are like, this is stupid, but it's not as stupid as everyone is making it out to be. Again, it's not the character that's the problem. It's that, we threw her in because she's Muslim, and that's the only reason we're doing it. That's the stupid part. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if I missed something, and there's something else about this story that would make it even more interesting. Like the video, subscribe for more, and follow me on social media, which can be seen here. And thank you for watching.